Hey, how's it going? When it comes to the world of filming Bigfoot, none are so successful as Timber Giant Bigfoot. That's his YouTube handle. He's got a lot of videos about Bigfoot, over 200 I heard somebody say. But he's got a lot of they're not all amazing, but what are you going to do? One that I looked at initially was possible sighting and a footprint, which was the first video that raised my suspicion about the validity of these videos. He just kind of walks up on this print that's on the ground, but the print, okay, when it's on pine needles, and when you step on pine needles, you embed them in the ground. It's not going to be a perfect foot shape. Like it looks staged to me, okay? It looked like somebody brushed away like a footprint shape in the pine needles, and then he went back and acted like he walked up on this footprint that he saw. The second footprint of the series of footprints that he looks at, it looks a little bit more genuine, but it's because it's kicked up, okay? Like a foot would kick up pine needles, but it would make like a perfect shape, and I think that was to imprint in your mind, like, this is a foot shape, don't you think so? Yes, it films well. So I just thought that was totally staged. The second video, these are the two hot videos that I think that he has, and they're you don't see much, of course, but you see enough to go, whoa, that might be a Bigfoot. But okay, so it's a Bigfoot behind this all these bushes, a thicket of bushes, and we don't really see anything but this suggestion of this sagittal crest of a Bigfoot, right? Brown fur is clearly fur. Could be a bear, whatever. But Para Breakdown, somebody I just subscribed to, he's my kind of dude, I think, skeptical, and he brings up the question of, like, we're just watching this, okay, and the thicket, you can see he films the thicket, which is an outline and an outline, so it's like all he has to do is walk around, okay, and get a side view of the Bigfoot, right? It's Bigfoot, and you have all these videos about Bigfoot. Wouldn't you want to get amazing footage of Bigfoot? You may never have an opportunity like this again. So that's all he has to do is walk around or kick it out. If he's terrified, and I think he says it in the video too, is like, I'm terrified right now. I was like, well, you're not so terrified that you're not running, so why not kick the guy out? Throw a stick, anything. But he also mentions that his son isn't there. His son went back to the car or whatever. I'm sorry, but that's probably your son holding up the little fake head thing. So you gotta prime us and tell us that, oh yeah, that my son's over there, so this is totally Bigfoot, not my son hoaxing me. But speaking of never maybe having an opportunity like that again, he gets an opportunity like that again, which is amazing. Come on. So the second video, he starts with some wood knocking, and this is important down the road, and I'll say why. But he's kind of going through, and the audio is incredibly low. I'm going to bump it up as much as I can, but I can only bump it back up to I can only bump it up extra 12 dB. So he's creeping through the woods, and he finally spots something, okay? And it's that same, just top of the head, back of the head, okay? Bigfoot, or it's just conveniently cropped in the way that the brush is kind of hiding the rest of the Bigfoot, okay? And so he's just filming it, but he doesn't go up. He doesn't try to get a better view of it. He doesn't move. He doesn't try to make it. He's trying to be quiet, I guess you could argue, okay? But then so he finally wood knocks. He like I said, he was wood knocking earlier. He wood knocks, and that raises the Bigfoot up from its sitting position, and it walks away. Okay, so he wants to go check out where it was sitting finally. So as he's going, he takes off his Crocs, his shoes, and because he's too loud. It's like, well, you were already wood knocking before, so what does it matter? And this thing probably heard you coming anyway, so what does it matter? But anyway, so he's taking off his Crocs, his footwear, and he says something like, I am so horrified right now. My brain is just screaming for me to get out of here. If that's the case, why would you take off your shoes? If you need to run, you need that protection from sticks and all the rocks and all sorts of horrible things that would just slash the shit out of your feet. I mean, like, I like being equipped and ready and prepared when I'm scared, I don't like to put myself in a vulnerable state when I'm scared, so. But anyway, he walks up on the site where the Bigfoot was sitting, and we see fruits, apples, and some nuts, and he's looking at this stuff, and he looks at a rock, okay, and he goes, oh, he was in a rock and a rock, and he was smashing stuff on the rock. Okay, nuts I get to break it if it's a hazelnut. I don't know. I think this guy's from Canada. I don't know what kind of nuts are up there, but it looked kind of like, it didn't look like a walnut. It looked like something small. Doesn't matter. But I can get cracking nuts with 2 rocks, but there's like apple juice on it. It's like, why was he trying to make apple juice? Why would anybody use rocks to, I gotta break up these apples? I mean, he's a Bigfoot. He could swallow a whole if he wanted. He probably would. I mean, my dad eats everything and the core when he eats apples, but he's not a Bigfoot. But I guess Bigfoot needs to mush up his apples when he eats them, I guess. And I think I about covered it. I'm not convinced. And again, it's like what I've said before is like, why are we always seeing Bigfoot from the back? It's because these people can't make convincing models of a face of a Bigfoot. They all look very cartoony. Just look at Rick Dyer's Bigfoots. I mean, it was just a Halloween thing, which looks ridiculous. I mean, it looks like a menacing, like, I'm a Bigfoot and I'm scary for Halloween. And then the other one, he got it professionally done, and it looks like some goofy hairy gnome with a Fu Manchu, But I mean, that's why we're not seeing the faces of these creatures, because it's like you have to be a very skilled sculptor. And the moment that happens, we're going to be like, well, what does this guy do? Is he a sculptor? I don't know. Whatever. I'm starting to ramble, so thanks for watching.